9. Dharmamitra of Upper Dinglan Temple during the Lu Song dynasty. Dharmamitra, or Fasho, was a native of Jiban. When he was 7 years old, he looked decorous and pure. Every time he saw Buddhist rituals, he naturally rejoiced. His parents were glad but also amazed, letting him join the monastic order. Many wise and virtuous men stayed in Jiban. Dharmamitra received guidance and teachings from great masters. Thereupon he was versed in various sutras, specializing in meditation methods. The insights he obtained were subtle and profound. Dharmamitra was intellectually gifted and prudent, practicing the disciplines and laws straight and evenly. Since his eyebrows connected, he was known as the Chan master with connected eyebrows. Young Dharmamitra wanted to voyage in different places, vowing to transmit the Dharma, whereupon he came to Kucha after traveling through several countries. On the day prior to his arrival, the king of Kucha dreamed of a deity telling him, "A virtuous and auspicious personality will enter your country. You should offer to him." The king issued a decree to every prefecture that required immediate reports about uncommon persons entering the border. Before long, Dharmamitra arrived. The king welcomed him at the suburb of the capital in person, invited him to the imperial palace, received precepts under him, and generously offered food, clothes, instruments and medicines to him. Dharmamitra aspired to travel around to preach and would not be constrained to one location by material possessions. He thereupon intended to leave. The deity spoke to the king in his dream again. "The fortunate personality is leaving the country." The king woke up in worries. With all of the courtiers, he tried to persuade the master to stay but failed. Dharmamitra then crossed the deserts and came to Dunhuang. He built a vihara in an open field, planted 1,000 wild apple trees, and opened up a large tract of wasteland, in which the stupa, buildings, and ponds were all pure and clean. Later, Dharmamitra traveled to Liangzhou and converted the old halls and mansions into auditorium and temples. Students ran in from all directions. Meditation studies flourished. Dharmamitra always believed that the orthodox royal court was situated to the west of Yangtze River. He aspired to transmit the Dharma in that area. Thereupon, he managed to travel to Sichuan and through the three gorges of Yangtze River. He soon arrived in Changsha after a short stay in Jingzhou. He built a Chan pagoda and piously prayed to the Buddha for a sarira. A dozen of days later, one piece descended abruptly, bouncing out of the vase and lightening the entire room. The sound was loud and clear. The disciples, monastics, and laypeople were all encouraged and engendered great conviction. Before long, Dharmamitra continued his journey and reached the capital by the river. At the beginning, he stayed in Zhongxing Temple, moving to Qiwan Temple in his later years. Dharmamitra gained fame for his moral conduct since his youth. His exhortations spread in many countries. Thus, upon his arrival in the capital, the entire city was mobilized to pay homage to him, ranging from Empress Yuan of Lu Song to the crown prince and princess. They either sponsored Dana assemblies in the imperial court or requested discourses in their palaces. Every 10 days, a batch of envoys would be sent to greet the master. In Qiwan Temple, Dharmamitra translated the Meditation Sutra, the Chan Yaofa, Essential Methods of the Chan, Mindfulness on Samantabhadra, and Mindfulness on Akasagarbha along with other texts. He often taught meditation methods. Some students came from 1,000 miles afar to follow his teachings. Hence, near and far, bhiksus, bhiksunis, upasakas, and upasikas all called him the Great Chan Master. Meng Yi, the prefect of Kuaiji, whose hometown was Pingchong, believed in orthodox Buddha Dharma and regarded homage to the three jewels as his duty. He was fond of meditation, thinking highly of it. When Dharmamitra came to the east of the Kyontong River, Meng Yi requested a journey with the master and build a stupa on top of the mountain. In Mao County, in the east, the old tradition was to worship spirits. Dharmamitra changed this custom in the region from the west to the east, converting the people to Orthodox Buddhism. Dharmamitra returned to the capital in the 10th year of the Yuanjia period and stayed in the Lower Dinglan Temple at Mount Zhang. He preferred a peaceful life, enjoying mountains and waters and thinking that Mount Zhang was as great as Mount Song and Mount Hua. Therefore, he regretted that the structure of Lower Dinglan Temple was too close to the Mount Foot and the creek. Then, he surveyed the terrain, practiced divination for a location, and started the construction of the Upper Temple in the 12th year of the Yuanjia period. The local scholars and squires donated vehemently. The halls and meditation rooms were built layer upon layer. Some monastics came from 10,000 miles afar for study. They recited doctrines diligently. Inspired by the master, their belief was strengthened. Chan Master Da of Dinglan Temple was a disciple who obtained magical power. He promoted Dharmamitra's teachings and gained a great reputation. Thus, he preached the teachings widely, which lasted for a long time. The wholesome cause was flourishing without decline. This owed to Dharmamitra's efforts. From the western regions to southern China, he constantly built temples and transmitted the Dharma in all the locales he visited. Earlier, when Dharmamitra departed from Jiban, a Kapila deity escorted him to Kucha. On the way, the deity wanted to return, manifesting his incarnation and telling Dharmamitra, "Your superpower can make you alter your shape liberally. You can travel to anywhere as you wish. I will not go with you to the south." He then disappeared. When Dharmamitra arrived in the capital, he drew a painting of the deity. Up to now, the painting still has magical power in terms of sound and image. Devout Buddhists can realize their wish by praying to it. On the 6th day of the 7th month in the 19th year of the Yuanjia period, Dharmamitra passed away in the Upper Temple at the age of 87. Countless monastics and laypeople came to his funeral weeping bitterly. They cremated him in front of Songshi Temple at Mount Zhang.